Here we go live. And hello everyone, welcome to Meshery Development Meeting call. Meshery Development Meeting where we discuss every different aspect of Meshery, whether it's UI, backend. And if you are new and you don't know, Meshery is a CNCF project in which is basically known for its cloud native capabilities, management of cloud native plane and helping in managing multiple Kubernetes clusters. So before moving forward, today is November 8th, and before moving forward, we have a couple of housekeeping items wherein we ask all the attendees, if you're joining live from Zoom chat, then ensure that you add your names in the meeting minutes. I've shared the link in the chat. In case you haven't already added, please add your name. And there's one more thing, that is we ask our newcomers to introduce themselves so that other members in the community can get to know them and we can have a healthy relationship. So let's see who's new. I think Meenu is new. Meenu Yadav, would you like to introduce yourself? Are you new on the call? I think Meenu might be having some issues, so they can introduce in the chat. And next, I think list all our old folks. James, are you new on the call? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi guys. My name is James. Joined this community in July this year, and I think I haven't joined the call in like a month and a half. So this is my first time like coming back into the game. So it's good to be here.
That's great. Would you like to tell a little more about like what kind of technologies you are comfortable with, UI, backend, UX, frontend?
I'm mostly comfortable with React, but I have picked up a book on Go, and I just finished learning about it, I think a month and a half ago. So I haven't had the opportunity to practice on layer 5 with Go yet, but that's an interest that I have currently.
That would be great. Like we'll get you some issues assigned so that you can get rolling on your first items. Thank you for
That
joining.
sounds good.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's all. So let's get rolling with the first item, which is like a milestone, which I think Vivek or Saurabh would be covering. Would you like to go, Saurabh?
Yes, I'll be going.
Okay.
So welcome everyone to LayFi's development meeting, and today we'll be sharing this fantastic milestone with you all, and that is, as you've all guessed, is according to Cloud Native Computing Foundation's annual report, Meshery, the Cloud Native Manager, has landed 10th place out of all the 176 CNCF projects, and this is such a testament to the support and efforts of our maintainers and contributors and users. So a huge thanks to them. It's due to their dedication and support only that Meshery as a project and community has grown so quickly. So Meshery as a project has like more than 1,000 contributors and is very close to 4,000 GitHub stars. So I would like to take this opportunity to request you, if you have not yet, so you can go to github.com/meshery/meshery and toss a star on the project. And also, like, Meshery is one of the most popular internship in entire Linux Foundation, and is being stewarded by the Layer 5, which has one of the most supportive and welcoming community out there. So I'll say, let's celebrate this achievement together. And as the proud member of 10th fastest growing project, what we can do, we can post this graphic on the right side of the meeting minutes. You can see on our social media handles. You can also share the post, and the link is there in the meeting minutes. That's a celebration post. You can share that, repost that. And so yeah, let's get even more involved and make Meshery even better. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. And Okay, so I think moving on to our next item, that is from Yash. Yash, would you like to take over?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. I will be presenting the screen. Okay. So there are two items from my side. One of item is enhancing the design import model. Actually, what happened is that we actually merge the application and the design page together. So if you want to import the application to it, that will also happen from the import design. And it also supports that. What I did in this PR actually is that when you select a design type as a Helm chart, we don't support Helm chart as a file import. Still, we were showing the file import inside this model. So what I did is I added the if else condition of the RJSF schema. If you are new, what actually is RJSF schema? Actually, it is an schema based form library which we are using in our applications to create and show forms in the UI. So when you select the design type as a Helm chart, it will not provide you an option to choose between then upload file or upload import as a URL. It will directly show you an option to as a URL. So actually, this is a better for so that user will not get error on choosing a file upload. And there is still a small issue like when you choose an in chat the model gets small. So this isn't just a weight issue, which I will be fixing in the Meshery. But yeah, this is one of the update which I made. There is some other more updates like having a better description for every field. Previously, in fields there are not a proper description. Like the description was small. Add your name, add the name of the design, or add the name, add the URL. I make them more descriptive, and you can check out in the PR that I mentioned in the talk. And yeah, these are the main updates in this PR. If anybody has any question.
No, actually, this looks good. This would basically help us like fix that specific issue for Helm chart. Like we don't support uploading a local Helm chart. So this is a good update. Looks good
Okay.
too.
Thank you. And there is one
One,
more
sorry,
thing.
I
Yeah,
was
sure,
just
sure.
about to say, like you were just discussing that description for each item. Like, can we like just add it in the RGSF schema itself and just import it so that it stays with the schema and like this
Yeah, actually,
similarly we do for
yeah.
components.
No, actually, whatever description for every field you always define in the schema. You not define in the component itself. So if you go in this
Yeah.
schema, I added
No,
the
actually,
description.
I
for
was
this.
saying like sorry, I was just saying mesh model components. The mesh model components, they also have schema in Meshery under mesh model directory. So I was just saying that as a resonance, like similar to components, we can do the same here. That is what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think
So
I think I'm not clear. What I was saying was components also have a RGSF schema under Meshery repo under mesh models, and each of the field comes with a description. So I was just saying if we can just same thing do for here as well, store the description for each item in the schema and then just use it, refer it in the URL.
actually, okay. So what you are saying is that in the description we should have the schema in the bundle.
Yeah, in the there should be specific field of description for each of the item. Like let's say you have name. Next to the name, there should be description field, and that should be managed by a component to automatically show a info icon and just show the information as a tooltip under description field.
So you are talking about to happen this in the management in the configuration tooltip because right now in the model we do that.
Yeah, just to like remove a bit of confusion, like right now, while you have defined these description for each field, like is it in the like the UI code or in the schema itself
In the scheme
right now?
itself.
Yeah,
In
I
the
think like
scheme
Pranav is also suggesting the same thing, like to put it in the RGSF schema because like there is properties and there is a description field. So if we populate that, it would automatically show.
Yeah, actually, this is what I'm trying to demo over here. This is an schema of this model. And in this model, this is a description property in which you define the description. We are not defining inside the component itself.
Yeah, I was just saying this only. Sorry, I missed it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Also, I also added some docs links because sometimes user may want to know what actually that particular field mean on what actually that design means. So I also added the design link for user to read out themselves to study more about the design. Yeah, so this is an update for this particular component. There was an issue with the info model. So actually, when you go inside the, I think, inside the design page in the machine, when if you want to get the information of any component, you click on this info model, and there is a bug, small bug. Like this. Yeah. So this is info model. What happens is that when you select multiple technologies, this UI gets a little bit of laggy, or you can say that little bit of it. It having some issues related to it. It get overflow from this model. So this is actually fixed. This is also fixed in my new PR for the mistake. This one. So this we have solved this issue. There is some there is one more update in this PR. So in the info model, as you can see that published is shown in the chip. Actually, uh, if you see in the other application or in this application itself, we not show the label inside the chip. So this issue is hard to fix because right now, as you can see, the publishing is inside in this rectangle box, not inside a chip. So these are the main issues that I faced. This is an big part. If you have any question.
Looks good to me. Thanks for the like those were called good updates. Like those are specifically items which are used a lot by the users, specifically designing a new infrastructure or publishing a new design. So that would be quite helpful. Thanks, Yash, for your update. Then I think we have Saurabh. Saurabh would like to talk about the celebrations of new contributors.
Yeah, sure. This is... So hi everyone. Thanks for those who contributed into the Discuss forum. So we have our top Discuss forum contributors here. First up, we have Rex Joshua and Saurav Suni. Name sounds familiar to me. And next up, we have Balagoda. So congratulations to all of them. Especially Balagoda, I think you are new here, and it is a good to have into the top contributors at the so beginning. Yes. Just a sec, I will just open docs. Yeah, next up I have call for contributors. So it is for the UI UXers. So we have some open issues in Meshery for new icons for mesh models. So if you are interested in contributing into the UI UX part, you can definitely check this out. I will drop this link into the chat. Yeah. Description for the icons are already mentioned here, so you can read them out. Yeah, thank you.
So, so for those who are new and don't know, like I can quickly give an overview what mesh models is. So there are a couple of ways of thinking about it. One is like you can directly go to documentation and you'll see a number of different things. There is actually a reference to real world, I think. Yeah, this thing what I was about to say. So this will help you actually understand what mesh models are if you relate it to a real world thing. That is, mesh models basically they are way of defining your infrastructure, and this forms a hierarchy wherein inside of models we have relationships, policies, components, and each component can be defined as a connection, and each connection can have a credential. It's not necessary to have a credential, but basically this is a high level overview of what mesh models are. And basically whenever you go to Meshery's mesh map, which is a visual way of defining infrastructure, visual topology, there you'll see different icons, and those icons actually comes from mesh models. And so yeah, and currently Yash was describing about publishing a catalog item. There he was discussing about technologies. Those also comes from mesh models. So it's like an integral part of Meshery's architecture. You can read about it in case it's not shared. I'll share it in the chat, so you can read more about it in the documentation. So does anybody have any questions on this, on what mesh models are? Hopefully it's clear. In case you have, you can ask on the discussion forum or probably on Slack as well. That should be fine. Okay, so next item, I think Lee mentioned few items to just said notes. So like, should we, like this is, we can come back to this. First, let's talk about other things based on the people who have joined. So next is Akshay. Akshay, would you like to go next?
Sure. So first of my update, which is regarding what we discussed yesterday and the shape Pamela and all the issues that were mentioned earlier. And I tried to fix all of them in this particular demo, as you can see. And now we have different, like proper padding around the Pamela itself and proper shape editing, and like the space between the second level Pamela and the third level Pamela are being like fixed, and also added few of the changes in the edge editing Pamela. As per the mockup provided in the Figma. And the hover effect has been, like the green hover effect has been removed in the latest merge. I mean, sorry, in the latest commit. Now, is there any issue in like the shape Pamela as it is right now?
I think we can have a little bit of padding, because if you see that that select the first thing, I'm not sure how the name for the thickness one, the slider. Yeah, if you can see on the right side, it's too close to the boundary. So if we can add a little bit of padding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving to the next one, which is I recently fixed few of the hard coding styles for grabbing. So and added multiple hover effects on the dock and fixed few of the like drag and drop issues as well, because the cursor was like showing some anomalies as well. Now it's being fixed in this PR and it's under review. Yeah, that will be it from my side.
Um, that was a good update. Thanks, Akshay. Next item is from Victoria on Meshery profile page on GitHub. Victoria, would you like to discuss your item?
Yes, hi. Um, Let me share my screen. Okay.
Yep. Okay, thank
share
you.
my screen. All right. Okay, so this is the PR for the Meshery profile page by President. This is the issue. I was required to make an organization ready profile that presents collective capabilities and skills and communication. Which requires a visual design system and markdown. So what I'm presenting today is the markdown. And this is what it is.
Victoria, I'm afraid that you're not clearly audible.
Okay.
Yes, actually, a little bit. There's a little bit of lag in your volume. So, can you check your microphone, please?
Oh. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little bit better than earlier. So you can move forward in the writing, I think.
So this is the preview of the markdown diagram. I'm audible enough now.
Yeah, now it's clear. Thank you.
And I would like some, Lee has made some corrections before now. So initially we had this collaborative cloud native manager was the service mesh manager. So Lee mentioned that Meshery does more than manage service meshes. So I should remove wherever there is anything service service mesh related. I should take it out and replace it with cloud native manager. And I've done that. What else? Yeah, most of the corrections I made, I expected that. The problem I have now is with the images. I don't know why they're not loading. Maybe it's from my network or something. Or maybe I don't reference them well in the markdown. So I like reviews. I like reviews on this.
It looks good. Like, have you also added the link to documentation? Like, hopefully we might. Yeah, okay. Okay, I just see there's a link to documentation. Yes.
There's what?
A link to documentation to Meshery's docs.
Meshery docs. Yeah. There's a link here.
Okay, so we'll get you a review so that we can move forward based on whatever extra changes are required. Otherwise, it looks good. Anybody has any questions?
You don't think there are any to be included playground and the become a contributor section, then get started. That has the installation guides and all this. There's no any extra, nothing else to add, in your opinion.
So far, like, the important things, whatever was required is already added, like the discussion forum, documentation, catalog, playground is also there. So, yeah.
All right.
So
thank you.
Yeah,
actually, like, if you do one thing, like make the link to playground a bit prominent, so like somebody who jumps in on this page, like he can easily go to playground and just actually what the thing is.
Okay, thank you. So that's all from my end.
Actually, thanks, Victoria. That's a great update.
Thank
We
you.
needed that.
Thanks, Victoria. Sharing my screen again. Okay, so I think next item is from me. So it's a very small item. So basically, what I did was I updated the filter for our events. So if you don't know, Meshery actually supports different types of. Recently, we made several enhancements to our events API, basically supporting different metadata in events to capture the different types of fields, whether like who the specific entity on which event was performed, the user that performed the event, the system ID, and a lot of different stuff. So basically, we have a construct that is used for filtering the event, and it was actually missing this acted upon array. Basically, it was required so that we can fetch events specific to a specific ID. Let's say if we want to fetch events for a workspace, then we can just pass all the IDs of workspace, then we will get only those events which are linked to the specific workspace. Similarly, if, let's say we have a design and we just want all the events for the specific design, then we can use this filter property. So I just added that. This was actually necessary for supporting recent activities. So supporting recent activities on workspace new UI. So this was just merge and release, and I was just working on the backend, which would be made available today. Basically, using this new filter to expose a new endpoint for filtering events. So, any questions on this?
Yeah, actually, like we might like add this filter also in the notification center. So there is one API that they created which returns like all the available filters. So I think I don't know like if this update also covers it, but like if we would get all the acted upon IDs or name from that API, then we can also filter it from the notification center.
So you are mentioning that in the notification center there should be support for showing filtering based on names and other things.
No, I mean like filtering upon this acted upon filter.
Okay. Yeah, I think currently, like the thing is, events does not. I don't think it returns acted upon. So yeah, once we start returning, then we can use. Yeah. So sounds good. Yeah.
Actually, I think we missed Abu Bakr. It
Yeah.
was on the top.
Oh, actually, I think I missed. So I think we can go to his item now. Is he on the call, Abu Bakr?
No, actually, he is not. You can continue then.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think he's not on the call. So if he joins, then we can come back to his item. Next is Abid. I think we missed. No, I think you have we. Did we miss your item? I think we also missed you. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think by mistake. Sorry, you can go.
So I just yesterday I did the metadata format for the Kubernetes connection. So currently every connection has specific info regarding that connection type. So we support connections to Kubernetes clusters, Prometheus, and we also now support to Helm chart repos, so GitHub connection. So each connection type has specific information stored for it, and we also want to display that information to the user. So currently Kubernetes is the core part of our system, so we want to show that as neatly as possible. And so I just updated the format, how we are formatting the Kubernetes metadata, and it actually now has all the like features that were previously in the environments tab where we were managing Kubernetes cluster specifically. So now we can manage like everything related to our Kubernetes cluster directly from the connections UI, which makes it more powerful. So we have all the things like pinging the operators and getting the status for operator and the contexts and everything that was already present in the environments tab, which means we might disable or completely remove it also. I think that's the plan, and directly manage everything related to connections, whether Kubernetes or any unmanaged or directly managed by us. We can directly use it from here. So that was the update for Meshery. Any questions or suggestions?
Does your PR also contains removing with the environment page?
No, actually, I will just like confirm if this is everything is work fine, and we can maybe like softly disable for it for now and then completely remove it. But I do think like we are now, I think, doing everything that's done on that page. But it just shows these Kubernetes connections and this information.
Yeah, I think we can like drop that specific component.
Yeah, we will drop that tab, the environments tab, and keep the rest one.
I was just thinking like in our metadata formatter, if we should have some whitelist dictionary. The reason I'm saying is because you can see operator is a pronoun, basically a specific, which shouldn't be lowercase, O shouldn't be. Similarly, mesh sync, the M and S should be capitalized. Similarly for NATs. So if we can do something there.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking to do something like allowing a bit more power in how we are formatting things using the metadata formatter. Just like if this property is, if we would have an like say tell the metadata format that this is a connection, so we represent it in a way of connection. So like if these features are there, it might be more useful. Like so we would have a bit better looking things for like maybe a nice way to show IDs by default, so we don't have these long IDs. Just a bit of more power, and also your suggestion like maybe like uppercase some things. So I think, but like we might have a, as you suggested, a dictionary of these like our own terms or resources, and we'll uppercase them. Yeah. Yeah. Also, while I was moving it from there, I refactored some of the code and created a new use. Like I think someone created the use Kubernetes hook, and I just added also like hooks related to the controllers and operator there. So it's now the code is a bit easier to understand. I just extracted it there. So that was it for Meshery, and I did we made a new change to our designer, which is Meshmap, and I think this might be helpful to some people who work here on the documentation part. So we now like this is the design we design our infrastructure visually, and this is really powerful. Everybody should try this out. And sometimes like if we are like documenting things related to Meshmap itself, or even if you are an end user and you want to like documenting your infrastructure, what you can do now is you can directly embed your design, and it would create the shortcode for you along with a JavaScript file that you can now directly embed in your web pages, whether it's your personal site or you are working on here Layer 5 docs or somewhere. You can directly embed this there, and it will show this exact canvas with like all these components. Though like it's just the visual layer, they won't do anything to infrastructure, or they don't have any special powers related to the underlying infrastructure. It's just the visual layer to document or visualize. You can also like do other things like with the new whiteboard. If you are not this one, you can draw things and create a knowledge based kind of visualization, and you can share it in your blog posts or anywhere. You can put HTML, CSS.
So I just want to confirm, did we fix the badging issue? Like earlier there was an issue where badges CSS was not coming.
Yeah, like that's not an issue actually, the badge, because I'm not like other way we have to like copy the code mostly that's for the badge because it says it's not the part of cytoscape, so we need to like install then extensions like import extend because it said the node label extension, so it would make the bundle actually more bulky and we have to then like copy most of our code also in that script. That's why I didn't add them. Also, like those badges are mostly like about our infrastructure, like how many errors the node has and stuff. So I skipped it right now. When we have like a proper bundling for the extension, because currently it's like a script template that I'm using. When we have proper bundling and minification and stuff, then we can easily like just import our already defined components and functions there, and we might like add more features and power to the embeddings also. Anybody has any other suggestions or questions? Excellent.
Okay, so next, thank you, Abid, for that great item. Next is Sinali on enhancing Meshery Docker extension. Sinali, would you like to discuss your item?
Sure. Okay, this issue. We have recently removed the adapters from Meshery, so it does not show in default adapters. So in the extension, we have a UI for that one. So right now it shows empty div in the extension page. So I removed that from the Docker extension page. So now it's look like this way, like just I have remove only this empty box and show the version number in bottom of the page. Any suggestion or feedback?
So those
Like,
like what? Okay, yes.
Yeah, actually,
Please
I
go.
was like saying when we now removed one item from this grid, can we pull the user one, which is by side of the Meshery logo, down in to align with it?
This.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can do that.
So I was just giving a little overview for those who are not aware of this. So Meshery like can be installed as a Docker extension as well. So last year in DockerCon, Meshery released its own Docker extension from which you can directly like start using Meshery if you are a Docker desktop user. And so there was a couple of enhancements which Sinali did recently, which we are currently seeing. I was just wondering like if we could add a little more widgets. So like currently it looks a little empty. So we can add widgets like showing a total number of designs or total number of filters or something like that. Or how many people are active, or because I think we already have those information.
Okay.
What is other thing?
Like previously also we did few changes, but like adding the design a few first 2 to 3 designs in the UI, but we didn't implement that one. Like I think show the stat is more good than the join designs. Okay, I will make some improvements for the UI. That's
Thank you, Sinali, for your update. Next is Parthiv on registry, new mesh model registry. So Parthiv, would you like to discuss?
So we recently have the new UI for the registry, and there are some fixes needed for the dark mode. So first of all, I changed the disable my mouse icon for the disable button. The second thing I did is like the hover effect for the tabs, and the next thing I change is change these chevron icons, and there was some hard coded text, so I changed them to dynamic, and and yes, those are the things. So any suggestions? So like the colors for this dark mode are they good, or like should I make it too dark or too light?
Actually, I think like it now looks good because previously it was bright color and it was not looking like disabled. And also we now have the mouse or icon and the plus minus also looks good. Do you have like did you discuss with Ritik about the expand all, collapse all, like those two buttons because they don't look good?
Yeah, I actually didn't discuss about it. So Lee told me to change the several icons, so I changed them also. Okay, I will discuss to Ritik about this to expand or collapse all icons.
Also, there is one more thing like for first for the toggle button for the duplicates. It's actually an action button. And for every action button in the dark mode, we use the capital green color.
Okay.
So I'll make sure
Okay.
that
Okay,
color
I will
button
change
is
that.
on capital green. Also, that the scroll bar that is on the I think right side of the tray. Yeah, this scroll bar is also doesn't support the dark mode. It should be also in the dark mode. You can
Should I make a custom scroll bar for this?
No, you don't need to customize that or make any custom. You can easily do that by CSS for
Okay.
that particular component. You can reference from the mesh map. We are already doing the mesh map. So
Okay.
Actually, also for the duplicate toggle button, like if you have like used the wrong theme color, then you can just change it, or else if you can do is like override the component at the theme to use the proper colors if it's not there. So we'll have it done for every other toggle button.
Yes, yes. I was doing the theming, all the component forgot to change the duplicate. Okay, I will change that and the theme scroll bar too. Thanks for the feedback. This is all from my side.
And one more thing I was thinking, like if you scroll a little bit up, a little bit, no, yeah, little up, scroll a little up. Up means like if you show the upper header of this main page, um, like the
Scroll the
main,
full
yeah,
page.
this thing I was saying. So I was just saying that if you see the green color, I think Yash was just mentioning. I was just saying, why don't we just use the same styling that we have for the main menu to this sub menu? Because like currently it looks a little odd because on the top we have everything black, but now we have a color, and we're showing the selected as black, but over there we're using selected as the our capital green. Ideally, I think we should. I'm just thinking if we should use the same coloring. So in dark mode.
Yeah.
And we should be using green, I think, for those chips. Because I think if you go to your preferences, if you can once go, I just wanted to go. If preferences, if you click on your icon, your avatar, top right corner,
Oh, one second.
yeah,
Yeah.
you go to preference. Yeah, so you'll see that
Yeah.
the color are greens, but there
Yeah.
we're showing blue color, that whichever that is. So I think for consistency, we should be using the same colors. That's just what I think. Any suggestions? Similarly, with the selector tab is using green and not that blue and black. So
So like this thing you are suggesting.
yeah, this and the toggle switch. If you see the color is our capital
Yeah, yeah,
green.
yeah.
Yeah.
Toggle switch I will change.
The later one, like changing the color of tabs, you should definitely like discuss with Ritik so we get more consistent.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like Ritik is on this call or not.
I think
No,
Ritik
he's
has a
not.
fever.
Okay, so do it like maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you go? There is one more thing. Can you go in the same page that you made on the registry?
1 second. Yeah.
So, I was just saying that this is the component, I think the header component you made for this registry, like overview models, and this is one header component that you made. Actually, we are doing a similar thing inside the connection too. I think this is we are calling the sub menu. So if you go inside the connection page, here we are like same the consistency issue. What I am talking about the connection in the actually previously what was happening is that the ad cluster header was upper on the side of the connection and meshing. So I was thinking that connection and meshing some menu should be same as that menu. But right now we made that as a main menu. So what I'm suggesting is that there is inconsistency between those menus. Like somewhere we are using dark color, somewhere we are not. So yeah, please discuss about that.
Okay. So
Any other updates, Parthiv?
no, only this. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so Sandra, I'll mute you just for a second in case you want to speak up. Please unmute yourself. Actually, some noise is coming from you. So. Okay, so thank you, Sandra. Okay, so next is Sudhanshu on few fixes. Sudhanshu, would you like to discuss? I think, okay. Next is then Antoinette. Antoinette, would you like to discuss your update on System? Okay, so then Slok, would you like to go then? I think Antoinette is not with us.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just share my screen 1 sec. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we were working, there was a workflow that was supposed to be generating, just bring the charts from the Artifact Hub API, and then we were putting it through the spreadsheets and everything. So the workflow was failing for a particular operator that was Redis. Going through the Redis documentation and everything and just singling out every operator. I went and looked at their GitHub page. So I found out that they were using the latest updation to their docs. Someone just messed up and they included some wrong YAML files here. So we were just basically downloading this particular file, and someone just by mistake or knowingly added 3 of these lines. These are not YAML based, and they were having some syntax error. Due to this, the workflow was breaking every time. So I reported this today to Uzair, and we just went and added a small um, error handling, and now the workflow is working fine, as you can see here. So that's just it.
So did we get new components in our Meshery after this success of workflow?
Yeah, so you can see these components. Here they are. Here are all the components. They are all in the server mesh model.
Actually, I created them yesterday, the polygons.
Yeah. So every script was right. Only that one particular thing was messing up the whole workflow. So I just went and told Uzair, and it is now fixed.
So maybe one thing is like,
yeah,
what we do some bookkeeping for the failed charts. So at the end we report back to the who has used the generator. So we tell them like these were failed, like these charts were not like properly, like there was some error and these failed. So maybe they can try again or check what was the issue.
Yeah,
So
we
just
could.
report back those who failed.
So here, this was a line of code that was causing the error, this particular line. So we just added this new line and everything was working fine. So we can just get the operator from here and then report back to the authority who is responsible for the particular repository. Yes.
Like, are you also working on some more updates on the generator or the component updater?
Currently, no, I'm not working. Lee, means when I was reporting, so Lee asked me to just work with Uzair and Abu Bakr. But I don't know if there is anything else we can add. Means according to me, on the generator, we have to add something in the updater, I guess. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, actually, like that's really nice because we will now run the nightly workflow and we will be getting new components. So really thanks. Have you
One more,
also okay?
yeah,
Yes, please go ahead.
no, not related to this issue. I wanted to add something up, but you asked.
I was just asking, like, did we also split the main workflow into a little smaller reusable components so that it's easier to maintain?
Yeah, I split the main workflow into two, generate and update. The generate component is just running the main.go file that is in the generator. And the update component is running the update main.go file in the update component, update folder component here. So just split these two folders.
Yeah, and just like in case you end up like breaking down the script more or like rewriting or anything, please try to do it in more like a pipeline fashion. So we have a proper pipeline for doing all the stuff. So and also like have some proper error handling on every part. So like if single component of the pipeline fails and it's like it's like infallible, so we can just move on and continue and we won't have like the complete broken thing again.
Yeah, sure.
Just in case like you end up doing that.
Yeah. No issues. Is there any other question related to this?
Great job. Like it was quite that item was pending for quite some time and we were not getting the new components, but now we are. So thank you for that update.
And Pranav, I wanted to add up that this particular issue in the settings page, I was just going through it. So I was working on the registrant API now. So what happened? When we registered through this, we are unable to deregister a particular adapter. So in the database, if I register through Istio, it is in the database only, and it's not deregistering itself. Even I close the server, even if I I de-deploy it. So I think so that is due to this particular issue. Uh, Not sure. I was thinking about taking this up, but I was busy in that.
Actually, when you stop the Meshery server, what Meshery server does is that it deletes the specific tables which are responsible for storing mesh model data. So it deletes few tables. So it will automatically delete everything which is related to mesh model. So when you will restart your server, then it will populate all the tables and store same information. So you can just confirm if when you stop your server, it should delete everything.
I was talking about the adapter.
Yeah, even for adapter, like the information is same and stored in the Meshery's database. So when you stop Meshery server, so it will automatically delete everything. You can confirm that. There's a log as well which says deleting models and it's deleted. That's the final. Okay.
I'll report you back for that. Okay. Thank you.
I think we covered all the items. Considering I didn't miss anybody. So
Internet
I just,
maybe.
yeah. I was just asking like earlier Antoinette didn't reply. Antoinette, would you like to discuss your assistant item? Okay. So I can probably quickly cover this small call to action. So for those who are new on the call. So we were just discussing a number of different things like how you can manage your cloud native infrastructure and how you can design your infrastructure in Meshmap, which is a plugin of Meshery. So the thing is, Meshery also have a catalog, cloud native catalog, where whenever you publish a design through the model which Yash was just discussing, those design actually come to this UI, this web page, and you can just see like this design was published by someone, and what you can do, download this design, import it into Meshery, copy the URL, directly open it into, share with someone, or directly open this design in the canvas, which is playground. So yeah, I just created one issue where like anybody can just take this up. What it is you can design any of the infrastructure which you like, probably any of your testing thing, and while you're learning cloud native, and basically design any cloud native design and just publish it to the catalog. So I've actually even given links to where you can just go and see a couple of Kubernetes manifest and learn from them. And yeah, so you can just design them and probably just publish to catalog so that you can learn something new, and even your work would be noticed on this catalog. So yeah, so if in case you don't know, like okay, so let me quickly show you playground up. So in playground you can just go to mesh map, and there's actually a specific button which you can just click, which we were just seeing few minutes ago. You can, once you create a design, you can, let me just show. So if you go to mesh map, you go to designer. First of all, these are the different mesh model categories. And let's say app definition development. This is a model Argo CD, and inside of the model there would be different components, and you can just like drag and drop different components, create a design, and then you can, there's a, what this is, okay, so you can bring it onto the canvas, and then there's, if, okay, let's say this is my design and I click on this publish button, then it will give us an option to actually give the name of the design and the technologies with which it is compatible and different description and caveats. And once we do that, then the design is actually published to the catalog. So this is just that issue which you can take up in case you are not working on anything. So any takers on this? I've also actually created different sub issues which specifically ask for a specific design. So it also gives links to what you have to just do. So anybody can take this up. So anyone who would like to work on this? Any questions on this? Okay, so in case later on you decide to work on it, you can just comment on this issue and somebody will definitely assign it to you. So
So Pranav,
yes,
can I ask you something?
yes, please.
Actually, I am working on configuring Redis using Meshmap. So actually, I have created the design and also I have commented you on PR. So my question is that it is there is no need to create a PR about these things, because if we created a design and if we publish, it is automatically created on the Meshery catalog.
Yes.
Is that
No,
correct?
once you
Yeah.
publish, like maintainers will actually review your design, and
Yeah,
then
yes.
if they, yeah, so they will actually like see if there are any things which can be improved, and they will give you a review. And after that, once it's approved, then it will be like shown onto the catalog. So yeah, you don't have to like create any PR, but like I created this issue so that like people know on which item they're working, so that there's no separation of concerns. So that's the reason. So have you already published your design?
No, actually not. I have commented you just this question about creating PR or not. I'll do today itself.
Yeah, okay. You can check the documentation. It's actually explained how to publish a design. So
Yeah,
you
I
can
have
find.
read that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, sounds good.
Pranav, one thing. There is an issue on Mesri Cloud. When we go to the homepage of Mesri Cloud and when we click on the profile icon on the top right side of a corner, there is a showing application error.
Actually, that's just fixed and it would be released. I'm not sure if we made a release, but it's already fixed. Thank you very much for like pointing. We just realized that that's an issue. So yeah, it is fixed
Is
actually.
there need to show? Can I show you, or it is?
No, actually, I understand. Like I know there was just an import error, so it is fixed. So yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reporting.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's one question from Binyam about assistant. Actually, we are already 3 minutes over the time, but I can quickly go. See, Systems is a repo under layer 5, which is responsible for creating reusable components so that we can use the same components across different Meshery or layer 5 projects, which are UI based. So you can just go to the repo, and basically it's all about like creating different reusable components and making our own custom components so that it can be used in a Meshery UI for consistency. So that is about it. So in case you have any specific question about the use case of it or building it, if you are having any issues or how you can contribute to it, then you can definitely ask that on a discussion forum. We shared the link in case you missed. I'll again share. So you can use the discussion forum link where you can like create any thread about systems, and definitely someone in the community would definitely answer your question. But yeah, that's a little bit overview of what system is. So yeah. I hope like that answers your question. So I think that's all for today. We covered, I think, all the agenda items and we learned new stuff. So thank you all for joining. Don't forget, like tomorrow we have 2 calls. One is the newcomers call, and the other one is Meshery build and release call. So first we would have newcomers call. So in case you want to learn more about, if you're new in the community and want to learn different stuff about how to get started, how to set up the project, which are the different projects you should work on, and meet meshmates and things like that, then make sure you join the meeting of newcomers. And if you want to DevOps those, then make sure you join the build and release call, which is a bi-weekly call. So yes, I think that's all for today. So thank you all for joining. See you next week and also tomorrow in case you're joining. So bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye everyone. Bye.